we are at the junction of Highway 135 and Highway 200 on our way to Glacier Park here on a Tuesday morning here in Montana. Just a little panorama. See some kind of crops out there in the field, and they put a high electric fence around it, presumably to keep the deer out. Lots of rocky area around, timber. Lucille and Cathy are waiting in the car. Fairly busy section of highway through here, well traveled. Valley here. We came from up to Port Elaine from home, and on Interstate 90 we came across over into Montana over Lookout Pass, and then down to St. Regis, and left Interstate 90 and headed north here on 135, and we're got a couple more hours traveling before we get up to Kalispell. So.
Shows the area has changed a little bit as we've gotten away from the Clark Fork River, and gonna climb up through the mountains and then go on the plains across Flathead Lake. A little bit drier until we get to Kalispell and on that way. A little different terrain. We're going to look down over the valley here. Just a lot of electrical lines. Bounce around a little bit. It's fairly cool this morning. Sun is warm. Not bad. Valley, lots of cattle out there. Hay. Valley, there's a lot of that road there. Yes, it's on. Yeah, I guess it is. I can't hardly see those. Flathead Lake. Yeah. Stop a minute and get a little bit of the lake from a stopped position. Get away from behind the trees here. I don't know how many miles it goes on, but quite a few. A lot of houses along the lake. smoke on them now. Something's burning over there. Different shape to the top of them. I'm not sure whether I'm getting them or not.
In West Glacier, and we decided to stop here at the Canadian Visitor Center. Stretch a bit before we take off into the park. So something new since we were in through the park here in '89. Canadian government doing a little tourist recruiting. Over there, there's a train going by in the background. Flags up on the flagpoles here. Different looking building, that's for sure. Landscape nice. It's a rafting company that takes people on white water rafting. It's kind of West Glacier, kind of a tourist center. Bus load of people and rafts getting ready to head out and go white water rafting there. Probably on the Flathead River. Little town of West Glacier, just inside the western boundaries of Glacier Park.
This is the west entrance to Glacier Park, and so we're just entering now. Wanted to make sure we got this on film. Look here at this bear sign. Bear country. We'll be watching for him.
You'll be watching for us.
McDonald Lake, and there's a neat little boat out there, see what we can bring it in.
One eye I can see clear with, the other one I can't. The other side's fuzzy.
Yeah.
They need adjusting.
McDonald's Lodge. Not sure what year it was built. Zero in on the
I told him what old boy said.
We're going to the gift shop now, I guess.
Well, here's the river that flows into McDonald Lake. I'm not sure what the name of the river is, but I'm sure it says in some of the literature accumulated. We're not too far from starting to climb up to higher elevation on the highway here. We thought we'd stop and get a record of this so we can hear the waterfalls in the background. To move up river here and see why. A lot of water coming down the river. Looks like it'd be fun to go down that in the raft, huh? More likely somebody else, not me. But looking back towards the way we just came. Not too much further down there, runs into Lake McDonald. Cathy's pointing to something there. What's she pointing to? She's pointing to something. Wonder what she's pointing to. Oh my goodness. Oh, I see what she's pointing to. Wow. Mountains that go straight up. And straight up and up and up and up. Huh? We're going to be driving up and up and up here pretty quick. Those are quite some peaks. Part of the Sawtooth Range, I think. But, person get a kink in their neck looking up there very long. Little patches of snow in the crevices up there.
The road a little ways. Zero in on the water. And the mountains. Mountains all around. We're pretty much in the base of the valley yet. With the river going by. What's the name of this stream?
Dancing?
Oh, Dancing Cascade, or what that was? The vehicle's going right along the road.
What are you looking at, Lucille?
Beautiful mountain. Gorgeous.
See what she's looking at. Whee, my goodness. Look at that. No wonder she's looking, huh? It's up and up and up. Hmm. It's quite a sight there, huh?
What do you see with your binoculars there?
Oh, that's great. You go all the way around.
Yeah, he's covered. Oh, look at back here.
Ooh, look at all the way around. We got mountains, huh? No matter which way you turn, huh? No matter which way you turn, you got mountains, huh? Do a full circle here, huh? There's the gap we just came through. Quite a sight, huh? Take a look at the lookers, huh?
The mountains.
Oh, the mountains. Oh, I already got those.
All of them, all the way around?
Yeah.
Did you get close up of the water falls coming down there?
Close up with the waterfalls, huh? Where's the waterfall?
Okay. Well, see it, it'll be waterfalls and then snow and then...
Oh, yeah, I see that. Waterfalls and snow and all the way down, huh? Till it gets lost in the trees, huh?
So much water, it's running right out on the road. We got spattered by it when we drove under. Tunnel. Look out.
The snow cap.
My hair's all goofy.
Where's Mama? Mama, turn it up and down.
Well, the sun's shining there.
Let's go to the other waterfall. It's over here, Mom.
Way down. Where we came up was down there. They come in on that waterfall.
Yeah, pretty.
We're not all the way on top, but we're getting there.
About a third of the way up.
Can you get it down to where the road is down there along the creek or the river where we see the car going on?
Yeah, with this?
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were down there just half an hour ago.
Yeah.
Oh, looky there, Cathy. Look.
What?
Looky right here in front of us.
Where?
Look, right there. That little squirrel.
Oh.
Isn't he cute?
Yeah, I got him.
Got anything for me? What is he?
Little squirrel.
Squirrel?
I got him on video.
He said, here I is.
My dear.
Where'd he go? Don't you have anything? We didn't bring our trail mix. Throw you some trail mix. Yeah.
Bringing that trailer. Yeah, here we are at what's named Birdwoman Falls. Here it comes off the glaciers up above. The water course comes cascading down and underneath the highway.
Yeah.
On down the canyon.
Yeah.
Down and down and down and down. Down. And down some more. Until it disappears behind the rocks. There.
You have got such an incredible camera.
A lot of rocks and rocks and more rocks. It's amazing how the trees can grow right out of the seeming rock. It's amazing. Yeah, here we are, just about a mile from Logan Pass, looking over the scenery. That's the road we just came up, looking down in the canyon here. See the patches of snow still around. One of the peaks still got snow on the pockets. A lot of water still pouring off the rocks. We'll be going up that way and over the pass here in a little bit. Still a lot of rocks around. Rocks way up overhead, leaning almost over the road here. And come down. Like a big bank of snow. I'm going to put on your dark glasses there because it's kind of bright glaring off this snow here with all the sunshine. And here along the road. It's pretty spectacular from up here. Mountains all around. Fairly windy. Here, I gotta hang on to my hat here to keep from losing it. Lots of rock. That's what makes it so spectacular.
He's a big one. He came across like he was looking for his harem or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna get this coming down there. It's across the road.
Don't surround the goat.
Don't surround the goat.
This is just below Logan Pass. Took the falls up higher. Now they're coming down and under the snow. Quite interesting. Across the road. And Logan Pass is up there. Farther. About a mile. And a nice town.
I saw half of that in the
That's what they told me.
Yeah, they
Here we are at Logan Pass.
around.
We're out behind the visitor center here and looking around at the peaks, high elevation snowbanks and glaciers. Alpine meadow. Here we got some kind of little yellow flowers, lily-like flowers that are blooming.
Oh, it was in there somewhere.
Lots of wide open spaces here. There's a paths that they've made that go all around out in here so that you can walk and see without walking all over the plant life. And here we are looking at what's called Jackson Glacier. It's off across the way over there. It's kind of have to look at it through the treetops from here. It's quite a pile of snow and ice. Yeah, a lot of snow on
the glacier part of it. In 1901 was about a mile and a quarter long, but now it's decreasing by about 35 feet per year.
Oh, really?
Oh no, 10 to 30 feet per year. At this rate, it could disappear by AD 2200.
Here we are overlooking St. Mary Lake here on the east side of the park. Pretty lake. It's not near as big as McDonald Lake on the west side, but it's still pretty lake. We've got the mountains around right down to the water's edge. Yeah, here we are, Wednesday morning. This is what we see out from the front of our motel room. The sunshine been up for a little while and shining on the mountains. Where we stayed is called the St. Mary Lodge and Resort. There's the main lodge there, and where we stayed was in this across the road here at this series of buildings, motel rooms. Here, there's about 70 rooms that they have all together. See Cathy in the window there. It's our room. We stayed in number 119. About 25 minutes to 6 Pacific Daylight Time, but here in Montana it's an hour later, so it's about 25 minutes to 7. So I'm gonna take off here in a little bit and back through the park, and hoping in the morning here maybe to see more evidence of animals. Yeah, we're out across the ridge from Lake St. Mary, and we spotted something up on the hill here. I'm gonna go up and see what it looks like. Ah, I see some elk. Lucille was so excited. She wanted to see something bigger than a squirrel. A herd of elk up on the side of the flat here, feeding on grass in the morning sun. It's a beautiful morning this morning. And that we spotted some deer on the hillside grazing. Yeah. Two or three of them ahead of them. A couple of them are headed down the hill.
Here. Oh yeah, I see her. They're both there still.
And here we are overlooking St. Mary, Lake St. Mary. We try to capture some of the reflection of the mountains and the trees and the lake here. The lake is fairly calm this morning. Yesterday afternoon when we came by, it was pretty choppy from the wind. Pretty, the mountains and the sunshine. Just a little bit of breeze this morning, just enough to dimple the surface of the water some. But, not bad. Get behind me too. What's behind me?
Up that rock bluff.
Oh, way up there, huh? Whoa, huh? Lots of rock.
Yeah.
And, lots of rock. Huh.
Snow at the end.
See the snow in the there. And here we are at Sunrift Gorge. Not a real big river or anything, but it's quite a bit of water coming down a narrow gorge in the rock. there and then turns to the left. Go on up a little higher and see if we can get a picture of the rest of the gorge. Here's where I left off from down below just a moment ago. See, goes around the corner and comes right down through a narrow rock formation. Not much space through there. Down, around the corner, and on down, out of sight, so you get down below again. Cathy and Lucille down there, and somebody else just came into the picture. Down below. Observation point down below the road there. Interesting here on this bridge over the creek at Sunrift Gorge. Some of the blocks of stone that they've used in the bridge are a red volcanic rock, which is a natural rock right in this area. You get across the other end of the bridge there, you'll notice in the side of the mountain stratas of red volcanic rock. There's quite a bit of that right in this area. So we stop and get some shot of some bear grass here. Blooming up here in the higher elevation. It's kind of amazing. And back down the road a ways, overlooking Lake St. Mary, there was hardly any breeze at all. And get around here in a different canyon, and the wind is blowing pretty good. Finally spotted one of the hoary marmots that they talk about here in the park. They're just...
He's big. Well, those others had tails like that. They must have been babies.
Maybe it was.
There he goes down the road, huh?
Oh my gosh.
All about through the grass, huh? Where'd he go? Lost him.
And he wasn't as big as...
See our marmot.
Can you draw it in, or do you have it on?
Yeah, as much as I can. He's sitting there, keeping an eye on us while we keep an eye on him. Or her, whatever it is.
The car doesn't scare him.
Kind of keeping a low profile though, huh? Found another patch of bear grass with the sun just coming on it, and there. But bear grass wasn't the main reason we stopped here. It's just to take in some more of the panorama. Here's we're going up the east side of the park here on going to the Sun Road. Just a lot of spectacular scenery here. Getting a little different perspective on it with the morning sun from this side, and yesterday afternoon when we came down it was coming in from the west. Beautiful falls down there, way down in the canyon. A lot of water, a lot of snow melting. Little bear grass blooming down in the canyon here too. Right down below us. I'll back off a little bit here to get in more of the panorama of the canyon. Trees down below, and I'm sure a lot of water's running down in there somewhere in a river or creek. This rock here is called Heavy Runner Peak, whatever that means. Here we are at another spot. This is called Lunch Creek. See the water source comes from all around this canyon here. So it's kind of a small canyon. The water comes out of the rocks and the melting snowbanks. So, a pretty little area. We're gonna stop here and have our breakfast this morning. The falls coming off the rocks up there. Cascading down. Creek comes on down the creek there. And head under the road. Cross the road and comes out down here and keeps on going down the canyon. Down. And here we have breakfast being prepared by the cook crew in our camp kitchen. We've been eating a lot of sandwiches the last couple of days. But we did stop at a restaurant last night and had supper. Hello.
Hello.
Say hi to everybody.
Hi. Hi, everybody. 8 a.m. time for breakfast.
Yeah, time for breakfast. But right at Lunch Creek, we're gonna have breakfast.
ones are like that, but they're more on one stem.
Oh.
Did they used to have more on one stem like that?
I suppose no. We only had one on a stem. Well, that one over there is a different color.
It's real deep color,
deep.
isn't it?
Yeah, deep.
Looking for Indian paintbrush. There. Well, here we are along the river again. We've come down off the mountain and decided to stop and enjoy the sun for a while. Yawn, yawn. Lucille, she's looking, see what you can see if you can see anything up on the mountain across the river. Go up and up and up and up. And mountains all around again. There's a pretty stretch of the river. Here's the deep pools and rock and rapids and the water is pretty green. Green color. Taking a hike on the trail of the cedars through the cedar grove, and here's the Avalanche Creek, which is known as Avalanche Gorge. So, about a mile loop around from the highway up across the creek, across this bridge, across the Avalanche Creek. Avalanche Creek here at this point comes roaring down from between the rocks. Have a pretty sight. And flowing down some moss-covered rocks, right down and right under the bridge, right on down the creek. And pretty quick. We're gonna take off take off around the pass here. The rest of the crew are taking a break here. The rest of the crew. Hello. Yeah, we're gonna continue on down the pass here. And hopefully we'll get back to the car today. The path we just came down here, the boardwalk. Lots of big cedars in here. Part of the nicer part of the cedar grove. Here and along here is also a lot of rock and moss.